Hello. Marty, I literally was like hitting my desk with my hand to make sure that if I bumped it with my leg, it wouldn't come undone. So, you're not far off in saying that I was having a Mortal Kombat style fight with my microphone. Um, I hope it sounds okay. I can adjust it a little bit if I need to. Let me know once I'm like actually live because I know there's a little bit of a delay. Just gonna wait for a moment. How's everyone tonight? How we doing? Hi, we have Allie in the chat. Hello, Allie. I'm very glad you were able to make it. I see a lot of my faves already in here. I'm like I said last time I streamed, I do want to stream more often. So this is part of that. This is a research stream for an upcoming video like I was doing a few months ago. To get back into the swing of streaming. I had so much fun when I streamed last week and then I just had kind of a weird week. Like it was it was very middle of the road cuz I was really suffering the first half of the week and then I got to finally get my VFD infusion on Wednesday and I was oh man, I think I want to say I was like a month off of when I normally get my VFD infusion. Like I was about to get it and then my neurologist decided they needed to see me. Oh no, Mike came undone briefly. Oh no. Fuck. I really need I need a better situation. That's just, that's just broadly true. It's just broadly true that I need a better situation. But basically, I get an infusion for my migraines, and I'm supposed to get them every 3 months. And I was at least 3 weeks, if not more, off of my regular schedule, or at least when I was supposed to get it. And it rocked my world to get it. um, I had been on 100 of it, like it's like 100 milligrams or whatever. And I've been taking that for like a year, and I get a couple of good days afterwards, and not a bunch. But it got to a point where I wasn't even getting those couple of good days, and I cried in the infusion chair. Also, I thought it was funny because the nurse lady, who was very kind, I got to be in like a private room for the first time ever. Normally, I'm in like a big situation where there's curtains blocking off each bed. But they were like full there, so they brought me to my own room, which was great. I wish I could have that every time. But the nurse was going for my veins, and I let her check both arms because my veins. People always complain to me about my veins, right? So I was like, you can do whichever one you think you'll have a better shot at. And she was like, oh, your veins are good. Your veins are good. You're young. You're a young girl. And then when she had to ask for my birthday before she gave me the medicine, she asked me for my birthday, and I gave it to her, and she was like, "You're young. You're a young girl." And I was like, I actually haven't heard that in a minute. But context is everything, because I am a young girl at the infusion center where there are like very barely ever where there are very barely ever any young people, I guess. But I was like, wow, I didn't realize people had stopped telling me I was young. But tonight we are talking about context. See that I just evangelical pastored my way into that being a segue into what I already wanted to talk about. Um, I'm taking the headphones off for a moment. They're very distracting around my neck, but I love these headphones. My best friend sent me these headphones because it's been very loud in my apartment recently, and I just sit there, even not playing anything. Sometimes it's so nice, but it is like right in my neck when I'm talking. Anyway, yeah, she liked my young veins. Pretty sure the situation is a DJ, so he theoretically could help Opie with sound. I You just reminded me that I need to respond to a very nice message. Somebody did offer to help me with my sound, and I saw it in the middle of the night, and then I forgot to respond. But, anyway. the, the VFD helped a whole lot now that I'm up on the higher dose, and, it's raining today, and I don't even hurt, which is crazy. So, not sponsored by VFD, but also if you have treatment resistant migraines, ask your doctor about VFD because it's amazing for mine. Okay. All right. So we need an all caps smut chat emoji. I I was losing my mind watching that video. If anybody doesn't know why the chat is smutting me right now, I posted a short earlier about the video that's called like the degeneracy of modern writing or something like that. Yeah, I think I did get it right this time. I kept saying it wrong in the video I recorded. It took me 3 days to get through that because I hated it so much. I knew I was going to have a bad time. I knew I was. I never would have actually watched that video. A lot of people have been telling me about that video ever since my censorship video because they think it's what I was talking about the whole contributing to a moral panic thing. And it wasn't. But it also kind of is. Like, everything I said in the censorship video goes for that one, but it's just so much worse than I thought it would be. So I recorded a reaction video to it for the Patreon, and yeah, I needed 3 days to get through it. She was saying that, like, while she was reading these books, that she was experiencing depression, and she was, like, linking it to being because of the books. It was wild. It was wild. It was so frustrating. I'm working on a video. I'm going to talk about her, and I'm going to talk about another creator who I think does similar pipeline-y shit that, like, when you watch it and you know that it's by a fascist, it makes so much sense that a fascist is making it. But I do think people who don't know to be scared of fascists sometimes don't realize how bad it is, you know? Like, they're positioning themselves as this moral authority, and people take it as if it's just cultural criticism, and it's not like pop culture criticism. It's like they're criticizing the culture because they want Christofascism. But anyway, I'm getting way ahead of myself. But I hate that video. I never would have clicked on it because it has the word degeneracy in it. You can avoid a lot of really bad takes by refusing to watch a video with the word degeneracy in the title. I'll give you that piece of advice for free. I also remember when she said that all women were empathetic by nature. I talked about that. That got me mad enough to pause. It was so frustrating. It was... Anyway, that is what I've been working on. But what I have wanted to be working on is I want to talk about, I have a lot of videos I want to watch, and I wanted to watch them together, which is why we're here. Which one was I gonna start with? There was a recent one, but I think I closed it. Hang on. I'm sorry. I did so much preparation and then I didn't get that one. Here we go. Here's a really clickbaity one. Let me share my screen, put myself in the attic. Oh, that flipped me. I don't like that. I don't like to be backwards. I'm sorry. Okay. Selena Gomez's kidney donor, Francia Raisa. It might be Raisa. We're gonna find out, but I know it's Francia. Francia Raisa breaks silence on wedding snub. So there's like a lot of really sensationalistic. Oh, that is not lined up at all. I'm so sorry. It's not as bad as I thought it was. Okay. So Selena Gomez recently got married to this Benny Blanco guy, and there's all these headlines, all these Reddit posts about how she wasn't here despite donating a kidney to the singer after she was diagnosed with lupus. You might recognize her. My favorite role that she was in is she was in Secret Life of the American Teenager, and the queen that she is, she admitted in later interviews that she didn't even read the whole script. She just only read the parts that she was in, and I think about that all the time because, like, you can tell, and also she's the most fun person to watch on that entire show, which I think it speaks to how fun she is to watch on screen. I love her. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. So the thing is that these two were friends, and also, you know, as was said in I'm Not Lined Up, as is said here, one person donated a kidney to another. And this is a thing where I think a lot of people are doing weird discourse and not thinking about how weird the discourse they're doing is. So I wanted to jump over to this Reddit thread. This was posted. We're going to watch this as well. We're going to watch everything. But on this video, where she literally kind of like quashes the rumors, or at the very least makes it clear that this is not something she wants to talk about forever, the top voted comment: "This is how I know I'm petty as fuck, because if I gave someone my organ, I'm getting a wedding invitation." And like, people are agreeing. There was more of this on Facebook, which shouldn't be surprising because I feel like people are worse on Facebook. But so many people are agreeing that she just should have that's still cut off. I'm sorry. We're not spending much time on Reddit. So, jokes aside, I just want to say this entire situation was really fucked up from the doctors. They told Selena that Francia was a match before they told Francia, and Selena called her on FaceTime saying, "You're a match." She probably would have donated anyway, but it feels like they took that choice away from her. I don't know. She should have been told first in confidentiality her patient rights were violated, and then everybody's talking about, like, HIPAA and stuff. We are going to watch, I believe I've found the one that we're going for. I'm sorry. I believe I found the one where she said that, but it could be coming from something else. A lot of this is people putting themselves into a situation to speculate how they would feel about something that they have not done, and speaking in these wide generalities that to me feel like they're going to be reinforcing like ableist rhetoric against people who have needed transplants. And I know I'm talking about billionaires. Some people hate me for that. I don't actually know. I think, is Selena Gomez? I don't know how much money Selena Gomez has. But it's one of many things where I feel like I'm looking at these women. I know that they're wealthy. I know that they're both messy. I'm still willing to examine what this is doing for our discourse because I think that's important to do, and I think that they're good tools for me to use to do that. So, I don't know a ton about Selena Gomez. I'm not here to like pick a side, talk about one of them being it unplugged. I'm so sorry. I'm like so nervous about this microphone unplugging. Yeah. I thought she had been a billionaire because of her I'm problematic, I'm sorry. I thought that her brand had gotten her to the billionaire status, and then I couldn't remember if I was mixing her up with Hailey Baldwin, because I know I end up talking about these women a lot, but I don't keep super close tabs on all of them. this whole thing is weird. Like, do I feel you feel she probably I'm just not interested in speculating on who deserves to be invited to whose wedding. And I especially feel like when we're saying like she did this kidney donation, that entered them into some kind of social contract, it just feels very strange. So what I want to do, I want to start, unfortunately we're going to have to watch some of Josh Peck's podcast because she talked about it on that, because of course Josh Peck would have asked her about that. No, this one. This is the one that I want to watch. This one is her actually talking about it. It's 5 minutes long. We're gonna just actually watch it. This is, I feel like, our starting point for when we're trying to see how she might feel about this. And I'm gonna assume in this that she is not going to say, and I deserve to be at every major event, and we're gonna be best friends forever for the rest of our lives. Like, that's not what a kidney donation is. And we're gonna start here because the wedding invitation drama is so weird and parasocial, and if we're being parasocial, we need the actual context of where these women might be coming from. I'm gonna go off camera for a second because I need to take a drink, and it's gonna be I just need to make my mouth not so dry. I feel like it probably sounds terrible.
My scars do not define me. My scars tell my story. And so I really appreciate these scars because
I'm so sorry. I think I just unmuted at the exact wrong time. Okay, so let me know how the audio sounds with this because this is the first time I'm listening through my headphones.
do not define me. My scars tell my story. And so I really appreciate these scars because they honestly changed my life, not just, because of Selena, just me personally. Life came into perspective. I learned a lot.
Okay, how does that sound? Does that sound all right? Does this sound good? I'm gonna give a moment. I don't like the idea that anyone is owed anything for saving someone's life. I don't know, it just feels icky. That kind of expectation feels like it can be taken advantage of by abusers. I absolutely and completely agree. Video is a little bit low. I can turn the video up. I just turned it up a little bit, but if we need it a little bit more, let me know. Oh my goodness, so many people I love are here. All right, wonderful. I'm really excited. I'm really excited. I'm sorry. I'm really nervous, and I don't know why I feel nervous. I think, this is something that I am working on and that I'm going to be working very hard on, and it's something that I'm in the middle of educating myself about. So this is something where I'm not speaking from a position of like educational authority or lived experience or anything like that. I I keep thinking about how people who are gonna watch the replay are going to comment and be mad at me, which is not a fair way to engage in a live stream. But I feel like the fact that I opened up by talking about my own disability feels like I am conflating myself to this somehow, and that's not my intention at all. So thank you for being patient with me. We're gonna watch this. I hope that it sounds good. I just know that a lot of people are really mad at me about the Taylor Swift takes, and I don't want to fight about that, and I feel like I'm like braced to fight about that. But this is not a Taylor Swift stream. I'm talking about something else. Just I've been in a combative state. Anyway, we're good. We're gonna have a good time. And I just want to start here because this is actually about her and this is about how she feels about it. And again, everybody else is projecting a lot of other things onto it. So I have captioning on. We're going to watch this.
My scars do not define me. My scars tell my story. And so I really appreciate these scars because they honestly changed my life, not just, because of Selena, just me personally. Life came into perspective. I learned a lot. So, it's not a secret. Last year, I had a surgery with one of my best friends, Selena Gomez. I gave my kidney to her. From the minute I said, of course I'll get tested, obviously it was like, you're my best friend, you're my sister. Of course. But I wasn't educated on kidney surgery. I felt a lot of peace throughout the whole thing, ironically. There were times that I did panic. When I found out I was a match, it wasn't the way I expected. One day, I got a phone call from Selena, a FaceTime, and she's like, "For a match!" And I'm like, yay! What? How do you know this? I had a way that I wanted to tell her when I made the decision. I knew it was going to happen. I just needed that time. It's a big thing. So I hang up and I call my social worker and I'm angry. And she told me, it's going to be hard. The recipient is going to glow and she's going to recover a lot faster than the donor is because she's receiving something she needs. You're losing something you don't need to lose. It's going to be hard. And it was very hard. Selena and I both went through a depression. We both, she had some complications with hers and she has bigger scars than, I do that, wasn't expected. I remember getting a text message from Selena saying, "I'm so scared. I might die." And I was like, "What?" And I called, I was calling someone and that's when she got the complication where the kidney turned and broke an artery and she had to go back in and they actually had to take a vein out of her leg. So she has a scar right here. And build a wall around her artery, this whole thing.
Okay, so I was gonna try to watch it, and I don't know why it didn't occur to me that this was 5 minutes, and we were just gonna be watching this for 5 minutes. I do want to go back a bit. It is weird. It is weird the way that it went down, the way that she's saying that it went down with the doctors. I still don't think that it's appropriate the way that people are kind of applying this to whether or not she got a wedding invitation. I still don't like this. And I think part of the reason that I don't like this is because, again, she has recently responded to the wedding invitation discourse, and it just seemed like this is not something that she wants to talk about. And I guess, in that way I am being hypocritical by talking about it. But again, I just at least want to frame it in the ways that it has actually been talked about.
They inflate your stomach with gas, so it could bloat up, honestly, in order for them to be able to remove the kidney and take them down that trail and take it out like it's a little baby, but it's a kidney. My C-section scar, I call it. I have no feeling, I don't feel a thing. But if I have a C-section later in life when I have a child, now I can just be like, there's a spot, guys. Your scars don't define you. It's a part of your story, and it's part of the story that makes you special and you different. Go show it. But right next to it, I have a tattoo. People have noticed in certain bathing suit photos that I have it. I don't really talk about it. Because I was 19 years old. I was in a relationship, and I don't care how in love you think you are. I don't think you should do anything that represents the relationship. And I'm gonna get it lasered off. So if anyone's a doctor watching this and you can do that. My mom is the strongest woman I know. Recently we were out and some fans asked for photos of me, and she goes, "It's cool to see that all those drives to dance classes. As a kid, you don't understand. Mom, I need to go do this. I have dance class, I have karate class, I have ice skating, I have this." And she literally would just sit in the car. She didn't go home. She sat in the car and waited. She's like, "I gained so much weight because all I did was eat fast food. And I would watch my novelas in the car waiting for you guys to be done. And now you're doing all this." And it's like, wow, it does really pay off. Ooh, why am I crying? So yeah, my mom on the back of my neck. The way I keep my body healthy is by exercising a lot. That is my me time. I go to yoga, and like just having that namaste moment is very important. I dance.
Okay, I think she's done talking about the kidney donation, but I'm gonna let it play in case she says a little more about it. It seems like she's probably not. Um, okay, so it is really strange that she was told first, but again, I don't I don't think that that should apply to us having this like investment, especially because there have been other things. Oh, I think
Just he would just hold his pee. And sometimes, honestly, the best way to take care of your body, sometimes maybe just walking your dog, because your body not only.
okay. She was not talking about. I don't think. I think maybe she was talking about recovering from it. But anyway. So this at least, like I said, I thought that this was where people were pulling that thing about the HIPAA violation from, but I was not sure how accurate it would be. Um I don't hold that against Selena Gomez. I feel like Selena Selena was working on the information that she was given, but I do agree that like it would suck to have the person that you're going to be donating an organ to tell you that it's a match, because it would be very hard to back out. But that's true of I feel like in general organ donation, which like again, this is not something that I know very much about. And I don't know if it's like HIPAA specifically, but maybe something in whatever vein. Um, so this I think is one of the biggest pieces of evidence. I would sue a doctor for not telling me first that I'm a match. Sounded like she didn't want to do it, which like she didn't say that. I think she wanted to support her friend, but didn't think she would actually be a match. A lot of people have been speculating that she was paid to. I feel like that comes out of nowhere. I feel like um that's like literally illegal, and I feel like even if you think that you're defending her in that way, you're kind of like accusing her of committing a crime, and that it's like not a place where your public discourse about this needs to go. That says preaching instead of praising. Yeah, and then you can see a lot of people have come back to this, and she wasn't invited to her wedding, dot, 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 insane 5 days ago. So this, I think, was earlier in the timeline. Yeah, this was 7 years ago, so this was 2018. And then 2022, she said in I think it was her Woman of the Year or something like that. She did a big interview and she made a statement that was like kind of clipped out of context to the press and then posted by E News, where she said, "I never fit in with a cool group of girls that were celebrities. My only friend in the industry really is Taylor, as in Taylor Swift." And she commented on it and then later deleted. She just commented interesting. And so that was for me, I think that was the first time that I really heard about this, which again was 2022. And then people have been really excited to bring that up since. So I pulled up some of the feud rumors ones from this. Not that one. Oh, not that one either. Okay. Was it this one? No. Okay. Goodness gracious. I thought I had it. So at one point in all of this, I guess this was later on than I thought it was, but there people were talking about it at the time that the comment got deleted, because I have to find it. I have to find it. I'm so sorry. One second. I'm just going to. Oh, not that one. I just want. I just want to find it. I know exactly what tab it was. I shouldn't. I deleted more tabs than I meant to. Oh, oh, somebody has already done this work 4 days ago. Okay. We're going to look at this article. We're going to look at this article. Somebody did an entire write-up. So here it is. So she commented, interesting. People immediately assumed she felt snubbed. Selena later replied under a TikTok video saying, sorry, I didn't mention every person I know. And if you were wondering what I was typing on my keyboard, it was, sorry, I didn't mention every person I know, Selena Gomez. Because I don't keep enough track of her to know whether or not she's a billionaire, but I did remember that exact phrase. This got, like, put everywhere. Schmouder has weighed in. I do. Sunny said Schmouder knows everything, so I'm going to say that's right. So I'm going to see what Schmouder said. You can sign medical confidentiality waivers that allow certain people to access personal medical information. This is common for something that involves two parties, like living transplants. That makes sense. Okay, so I'm sorry, are you like genuinely here to try to police what soda I'm drinking? You can kind of just like get the fuck out. I'm sorry. Goodbye. Okay, so the drama didn't last forever, but it did create a visible rift. And this is what I want to talk about, though, because it gets stuff like that gets interesting and it gets so blown up, and then you have like actual paparazzis talking about it. Like one of, well, I mean, not actual paparazzis, but like you have these people who will engage with content about it online. So you have people in the real world physically bothering these women about this kind of thing that I don't think that they should be bothered about. Like, was this the one? Here it was. Here it was. A TMZ paparazzo asked the How I Met Your Father actress why she still doesn't follow Gomez back on social media. She simply told him, Sunday is so fun. I'm Francia. I'm hanging out with my dog. That sounds like somebody who does not want to fucking talk about this. Have people never had an intense friendship where you love someone enough to give them a kidney 1 year, then years later don't even talk? Literally, like so much could have happened, and none of anything that happens between two people creates like a binding contract where you're best friends for the rest of your life. Like, it's fucked up. keep thinking of an ex-friend of mine and how, like, to have our drama constantly brought up and debated in public would be such a nightmare. Exactly. I completely agree. I completely and totally agree. Like, again, it seems like she doesn't want to talk about this. The clip that we're going to watch where she talked about it most recently really seems like she does not really want to be talking about this. And I think that the way that people are projecting into this and bringing it up is just like such a shitty thing to do. So, she continued to deflect the questions about whether they stay in contact as she raved about how good a date is. She looks great also, by the way. I think she's so beautiful. Dodged any and all questions about Selena Gomez from a paparazzo while walking her dog Sunday. Did I? Oh, I hope I didn't bump the microphone when I said paparazzo. Nobody cancel me for my impression there. As far as HIPAA, I really think it's going to depend on what she signed off on when she initially got tested, unless Francia tells us specifically what she signed. None of us will ever know. Either way, Selena isn't a doctor, so I don't know why so many people want to shit on her for that. Exactly. Like, that is a shitty situation that, like, was shitty because of something somebody other than Selena Gomez did. And then everybody is conflating that to, like, this is the second shitty thing Selena Gomez has done. And they're also saying, you know, they're taking her side on that deleted comment from they're taking her side based on that deleted comment that she left and that she has been, like, asked about a bunch of times and that we will watch her respond to. And it's like, can't somebody just be messy for a moment? Do we all really need to, like, have our think pieces on this? Do we really all need to weigh in? Is this truly, like, is this truly what the best use of our energy is? Is this truly the best place to place our empathy? Like, we can have conversations about kidney donation and stuff, but I feel like those conversations should center on the autonomy of both the donor and the donee. Raisa did, however, did acknowledge that she was dodging any questions regarding Gomez, saying that she's really good at this game simply because she is from the Valley. In one final attempt to get an answer from Raisa, the Pap asked if she would donate her kidney to Gomez again, which prompted her to say, "I would definitely speak to someone again about organ donation and that process." Noting that she has gone through the organ donation process a few times, she said that it was worth it. This one only mentions that she donated her kidney to 2017 to Selena in 2017. Okay, so that's actually interesting. That's actually interesting if she's been through the donation process a few times. If she gave multiple organs, or, you know, even if she's just, like, talked about it, that seems like it probably wasn't such a traumatic experience that she, like, would never ever do it again, which feels like it kind of should color how upset we are by this. Because I feel like if she felt truly coerced the first time, it's not like Selena Gomez is pressuring her to give other things. Or maybe she means other family members. I'm not sure. Is it possible to donate multiple organs? The problem, you have guessed the plot twist of the main video, because I am talking about some of this, but I also was going to segue into how weird the discourse was around that article. Around the "who is the bad friend" article. doctors ask you to talk about the experience because people need to know about organ donation. Yeah, and I'm sorry, I'm in a weird position with my foot. It's like caught under my pajama pants. But yeah, you guessed it because I'm still thinking about that article like 5 years later. Um, I was just thinking, like, if I was no longer friends with someone, no matter what I've done for them in the past, I would not want to go to that wedding. Yes, yes, that's the other thing. Is like, I, Marty, I don't want to go to most people's weddings. Agree. Okay, so people have talked about this. However, Selena called Raisa her best friend in March 2023, suggesting the two might have worked things out. My best friend, her name is Francia. She said, "No, I am absolutely getting tested." Gomez recalled. Oh, I had that clip. Hang on.
My best friend, her name is Francia. She said, "No, I'm absolutely getting tested." So within 3 days, she went to go do it, and she was a match. And it was one of those moments where I felt watched over. I know I was so lucky. I understand that that doesn't happen for a lot of people. And I know the outcome of some of those situations and how serious they are. So I do not take it lightly that it's happened to me that way. To be honest, I think Francie should be getting this award. Because she saved my life. Sorry. I will never, ever be more in debt to a person than Francia. The idea of someone not even second guessing to be a donor was unbelievably overwhelming. I got a tattoo with her actually, and it is the day we did the kidney transplant. I think it had to.
Okay, so that was that. I think that was from a documentary that Selena did. I highly doubt Selena and Francia are on bad terms, even if they aren't friends anymore. I feel like it's so normal to not be friends with people who you were friends with when you were like, what, like 19? Like, I don't. They met when she was on Secret Life of the American Teenager. Selena was on Wizards of Waverly Place. Disney had the stars of their shows go to children's hospitals and visit all the kids. She was in my group. She came up to me and was like, "My mom had a teenage pregnancy. She was 16 years old, and we love your show." I guess that's the target demographic for Secret Life. Because I've always said I wasn't allowed to watch Secret Life as a teenager because it was, she had had sex, so I wasn't allowed to watch it because that was too racy. But it's religious propaganda when you do watch it, and I was always like, but the kids who are allowed to watch religious propaganda aren't allowed to watch this, and I feel like I didn't know if the secular kids would have enjoyed something that preachy. But I guess it's people who feel concerned about teenage pregnancy, perhaps. Okay. We started talking. We both had boyfriends at the time. We started kikiing. Around that time, my boyfriend and I broke up, and her boyfriend broke up. She called me and was like, "I'm going through some stuff. I'm going through a breakup." I was like, "Girl, me too," and we were just inseparable after that ever since. She reflected on their journeys together. She gave Selena one of her kidneys, saying, "We trauma bonded, which is beautiful, but also it can get rocky and tricky. People grow, relationships change. Obviously, I treat her like my little sister. She treats me like her older sister. I don't know any relationship that's perfect. When our situation came up, no, I never pictured that, but obviously I never regretted it. I am happy that we are here today celebrating and supporting each other." Like, I don't know if she wanted this to be like some big messy thing. I feel like she would respond very differently. I think many online look at their personal relationship with nuance, but judge other people's relationships by rules and in terms of transactional gains and benefits. Maybe that lack of emotional attachment makes it easier. I feel like I don't know, it's just so strange. I agree, like nobody who has grown apart from a friendship would react fondly to the idea of like having a distant friend with whom things are weird at your wedding. Like that sounds like it wouldn't be fun for the person who's distant from them either. Like who who wants to go to a wedding that they're not wanted at? My friend wasn't allowed to watch Secret Life either for the same reason, so I rewatched it with her recently and now she's pregnant. Oh my god, I'm so glad that I did not end up pregnant when I watched Secret Life in 2020. Um I was transfixed. Um I was transfixed by the Secret Life watch that I did. When Molly Ringwald ended up being gay. And then also I think she's bisexual in Riverdale too. So she loves to be a queer parent. It is. It's been raining all day. It's really nice actually. Usually it makes my head hurt, but I'm feeling pretty good. I love listening to it. Said there are highs and lows in relationships. She replied, I'm a different person today than I was last year or even when I turned 30. I'm 35 now. Even when Selena turned 30, I'm like, it's different, isn't it? And she was like, yeah. I said, welcome to your 30s. Now we can get to know each other again. It really feels like she has spoken very highly of her. And I think that it's human and natural that things might have gotten really strange. Like I saw Schmatter said earlier, hang on, let me find it. People are accusing Selena of pressuring Francia into the live plant transplant. There was pressure, no doubt, with this because of the illness. You can't blame a girl for wanting to live. That's the thing, is like I don't love this discourse around like she's she's ill. Like she is a disabled woman. And I think that it matters how we speak about things like this. And again, it matters in terms of like if there is pressure on somebody to donate, that's a bad thing. And also in terms of like if somebody is not saying that that's what happened, maybe it's not our place to swoop in and be like, well, did you know? I think, did I have this? Oh yeah, I think I did have this clip. So let's just actually watch it instead of me reading it. She's genuinely like so beautiful. Also branding queen that she said freeform and then had to correct herself to ABC Family. I can't believe she even pays enough attention to know the difference between ABC Family and freeform at this point. Brand. I did notice when she talks about this on the fucking Good Guys podcast, which thumbs down, boo, we hate Josh Peck. I hate this guy also, but I only just learned about him recently. this is titled No Beef, Just Salsa. So I guess that's why I thought they were just being cute. But she also said in this, which was in 2023, I had gotten there on the... This is gonna fuck up my recommendations so bad. Where was it? Because I wanted to skip both of their ads. Yeah, I was there.
I was just going to segue. That reminded me, your name was in the press a lot last week, and I just wonder, I know that there's no beef between you and Selena. We've made that perfectly clear, but how does that press, the TMZ of it all...
Graphic design is my passion ass podcast is very funny.
Does it get to you? Is it helpful to have your name in the press? Like you mentioned that, like there's this whole PR-able angle of being an actor, right? So I would assume that your name being in the press is helpful. But how do you deal with all of that?
You know,
Again, she's just so pretty.
whenever I thought about my name being in the press, I never thought about it like this. I always thought about it from an actor's perspective. Like,
I dislike the co-host more, but I've disliked Josh Peck for longer. I hated Josh Peck since he had Jeanette McCurdy do an episode with him, and then she asked afterwards for it not to air, and then he like bitched about it later, and he was like, and we're good guys, because that's what the podcast is called. He's like, we're good guys, so we took it down, and she owes us, and good for her. She did not come back for another one, and I'm glad she did not, because fuck that guy.
oh, she's at... Always thought about it from in the press. I never thought about it like this. I always thought about it from an actor's perspective. Like, oh, she's at, this. God, can we say South by Southwest? No?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
She's at South by Southwest. She just got into Sundance. Like, that's what I pictured. Never in my life did I picture this. Now, I know that I went, she and I both went public with our situation years ago, and honestly, we had to, the press got a hold of the story, and we wanted to tell it. Now, as of what's going on lately, no one, does anyone prep you for this kind of stuff? No, right?
Never.
Like, we never
No.
get prepped for this kind of stuff, and it always catches me by surprise. Now, I don't know if it's good or not. I can't read the comments because I don't do well with that. I really don't. And
Same
sometimes
here.
I disappear because people are mean. People are so mean, and they hit you like right there. Like I think even someone said, oh, you're just looking for attention because your career's a flop. I'm like, is it a flop? I mean, I know I've been working hard a long time, but is it?
Marty, thank you. I was going to ask you when we clicked away from this if you could find me the link to that video. I just watched this last night, actually, and it's a very good primer on some issues with Josh Peck's podcast, and it's a worse podcast than the story that I just told betrays. I kept watching it and being like, oh, that's like actual. I said this to Marty earlier. I watched it earlier and I was like, oh, that's like actual liberal Zionism, unlike some of the accusations that get wielded against whatever trans woman people would like you to hate. Like, this is the thing that they're being accused of, and it's a very stark difference. But anyway.
So they get you. They get your insecurities. But you guys, there's no beef. There's salsa. Let's talk about that.
That's what we call a segue, ladies and gentlemen, and we're here for it. The girl knows what she's doing.
So, salsa. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. I want to hear more about it.
Yeah, tell us about your new business venture.
So I'm hoping to be in the press for this. Yeah, honestly, just to answer your question, I honestly don't know. It's not what I was looking for, but whatever.
I think rising tide raises all ships. I think it'll all, again, just from my perspective, your name being out there can't hurt. More people know you, and then we'll look into your legitimate career and all the great things that you're doing. And just a point on the haters again, Josh, I'd be curious to your thoughts too, because of course nobody likes reading negative comments about themselves, but you did donate a vital organ, and so on that side of things, you should be celebrated for the great heroic thing that you did, right? So I don't necessarily understand how you could be painted negatively in this story. So I hope and I think that it will only boost everything that you're doing.
I don't like that. I mean, I guess she allowed it to circle back, but like, they should have just let her talk about her thing. They should have just let her talk about her brand.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, you know, that journey, I get those comments a lot, and I never really know how to respond to it. Like, saying thank you doesn't feel right. Like, it's more than just thank you. And, you know, I've said this before, like, that was a time I just felt it in my heart. And I knew I was a match. I knew it was going to happen. You know, no one forced me to do anything. It came out of the genuine kindness of my heart, and I've been super blessed ever since. Like, you know,
like, why are people not actually listening when she says that? Again, this is like, she sounds so much more mature than the way that people are speaking about this, which, like, I guess is kind of a given, kind of standard for the situation, but she sounds very mature. It doesn't sound like she feels like she's owed a wedding invitation, or like she feels like they're like enemies or whatever. Like, this sounds like she's a mature lady, and that they have like worked through whatever they've worked through. Like, again, I wouldn't want to be invited to a wedding where it was going to be awkward for me to be there. I don't know why everybody's acting like I want to invite everybody who I was ever close to my wedding, and will actually do that. And also come on. Is that working now? Okay. I was going to say, and also I want to be at every wedding that it's going to be weird for me to be at. Apologies for the microphone. Man explaining haters to women. Okay. The way people were painting her was that she was trying to hang on Selena's coattails, but she seems fine. That's the other thing. Like, it doesn't sound like she's going around doing a press tour about how amazing it was that she donated a kidney to Selena for the rest of their lives. Like, it sounds like she doesn't really want to talk about it, but she talks about it when they make her talk about it.
Two weeks after that surgery was my first audition.
Wow.
That was my first audition. And I remember that I tested on my 29th birthday, and I almost took it like a sign from God, like, oh, I'm going to be fine. Like, everything's great. And I did not think I was going to book that because I was 29 years old. I almost didn't book that show. I remember I tested on my...
Yeah, I love Medusini's point here. It's worth noting that Francia says she donated out of the kindness of her heart, and now her kindness is getting treated as something she did transactionally, which is so unfair. Exactly. Like, I know people feel like they are defending her, but they're not defending her well enough to, like, look into what she's actually doing. Also, I can't tell, is the brand actual salsa, or is it... Because she hasn't said a name for it yet. I thought the brand name was salsa. Is the product salsa, or is the product makeup like Selena's product? I'm hoping they do actually let her talk about it.
birthday, and the next day, my manager at the time did not tell me that they were testing other girls because they just felt like I was too old, or one person felt like I was too old. It's always that one person.
Oh yeah, I know them well.
Yeah, and I had just finished doing a show where I was playing college like a couple months prior, and I'm like, you guys, I know I'm 29, but I look 12. That's why I can't get a job.
Right.
I look 12. So I remember he didn't tell me. He's like, they're testing other girls. I was like, that doesn't mean it went away, right? He's like, they're testing other girls. I was like, shoot. So I'm there like, what the heck, whatever. But I just felt it. I was like, it's going to come back, you know? And it did. But
It looks like real salsa in her hand.
it took about a week, but it came back. And I got the part. And it's the same thing with the current one that I am on. I tested for 3 months.
That's unreal. You've told me that story.
3 months. And I didn't get it at first.
And-
I didn't get it. And I remember being like, this happened to me before. I'm going to wait. Talk about faith the size of a mustard seed. Oh my gosh, those were the craziest 2 weeks of my life. You know that feeling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so I was told if Francia was going to get this, it would have happened. Tell her to take the other project. I had gotten offered another project to be number one. And it was a filming in Canada.
It's really salsa? Oh my god. I'm so happy. If it was some kind of fancy makeup, I might not have ever tried it. If this is like accessible to me, I would try her salsa. That's so fun. That's the most fun route for that. I'm so glad it's actual salsa. Also, I want to say I completely agree in terms of that this is being projected onto two Latino women specifically. Like, it just feels gross. It feels gross that people are acting like this is some big thing and that she is entitled and that they did have some big fight when like she just wasn't at a wedding. She just wasn't at a wedding. And I don't even know, like, I don't know how big Selena Gomez's wedding is. Again, I don't pay super close attention to Selena Gomez, but I don't know, like I again, if things had been weird and things would be weird on the day, I wouldn't want to be there and I wouldn't want somebody there. I just remember Josh was a recurring guest actor on her show How I Met Your Father. I forgot she was in How I Met Your Father. You're right, they were together. They were in the same show. Oh, it was just limited time. That's sad. I was hoping it was like, I guess this is from like 2 years ago, so that is a while. Yeah, it feels like they expect them to be dramatic based on fucked up biases they have. I'm leaning that way as well because again, she sounds so mature. Frankly, I think she kind of sounds like more mature than the donor in Bad Art Friend, but you know, I still have to reread Bad Art Friend for like a fifth time. Okay, we already watched this. I want her to talk more about the salsa. We'll watch a little more.
And I was like, okay. And right before that, I was gonna go to Antigua for my birthday. It was my 33rd birthday. Everything happens on my birthday, so I'm like, okay. So I was like, there's no way that I have another birthday and this is not going to go my way. So I was just like faithful, whatever. And they said to tell me to take the movie. And I was like, okay. So I packed 2 bags.
Okay, do we talk more about it? I'm looking at the transcript because I feel like otherwise I'm just going to watch this because I just find her very charming. This is... Okay.
Good guys for 10% off your first.
Yeah.
Because I'm a total hypochondriac and I love medicine. Can I ask a few kidney questions?
Go for it.
Because totally agree. Just to echo everything Ben said.
Let me open this real quick.
And then I want to hear. And then we're getting knee
Can you
deep in
open this?
salsa.
Yeah.
So my first question is, I've heard something fascinating about donating a kidney, which is that it's the only surgery that doctors do that, in theory, hurts a patient. Right? Because doctors take the Hippocratic Oath, do no harm. But in this scenario, right, they're putting a person under and taking an organ from them because it's going to help someone else. So like on the days leading up, you find out you're a match. And on the days leading up, is there like a quiet calm coming over you? Are you considering all those things? What's going through your head?
That was the craziest part. I was so calm.
Interesting.
I had this crazy calmness. It was wild. I was doing all the tests were a lot. It was hard. But the entire time, I was like, I just feel like I have to do this. I just know it. I just know.
I did just speed it up a little bit because this is. I don't know how much we're gonna end up watching. This is probably gonna get claimed at some point.
The minute I found out we were
somebody.
matched, I was like, yeah, this is happening. Wow. I know. So I remember the day of. Obviously, we had to be there at like 5 a.m, and I was just like, very zen, super zen, and right before, because yes, what Josh is talking about is basically, I lost something that my body didn't need to lose. So you're
medical ethics. These are the two men I definitely want to hear from about that.
body ultimately, goes into shock. And I'm still working on that. Like I didn't do the proper things I probably should have done afterwards. So I'm still feel a little bit of it.
What are those things?
Well, I recently someone told me, she asked me a nurse, if I have a lot of back pain. And I was like, oh my God, yes, all the time. I'm thinking it's my sciatica. She was like, the body doesn't like empty space. So it's probably filling up with a lot of water. You need to do more lymphatic drainages to help with your pain. I was like, oh, have not done that. Also, I have scar tissue down here.
And she's like, and by the way, I'm a lymphatic drainage masseuse up south.
Well, no, she is. She was in Saint-Tropez. She was in Saint-Tropez, but she had come.
Okay,
she
sorry.
had come to the house to do it for some other people. I got an IV, so we just got to talking, but she's a nurse.
Sure.
So, and I was like, well, that kind of makes sense. And then I remember I did acupuncture for a little bit, and I remember he put the needle on my right heel, and I jumped up, and I was like, get it out. And it was the worst pain I'd ever felt. And I was like, what is that connected to? He goes, your left kidney. I was like, it's not there.
Wow.
I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Wow.
So, yeah. So anyways, you were saying like leading up to it, I just felt like such a calmness. I was fine. And even like their job is to try to convince you to not do it, because if you're not mentally healthy, then you're not a match. And so even right before, they're like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. I'm on Valium. I don't even remember falling asleep. And I was like, good to go.
Ready to go.
Ready to go.
And then waking up, what's the moment like when you wake up?
I was so drugged up. I swelled up really bad. Really bad.
Yeah, like it really doesn't sound like this is something that she's the one out there saying she felt super pressured into. Like that feels like a narrative that was invented and applied onto her.
Yeah, I don't remember. I think my sister said I was speaking Spanish, claiming I was speaking English.
Wow.
And I don't really remember. I was so drugged up.
At least it's a language that you do know.
Yes.
Right? Like if you were speaking, Portuguese,
I would be really impressed.
Troublesome.
Yeah.
What language do you think Ben would be speaking when he donates his kidney to me? And do you think Ben would give me a kidney?
I think that there's a 100% chance.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to watch that. Where is she? He promised me they were going to talk about the salsa.
She was trying to donate
from a friend who has been the recipient of 2 kidneys, and she said that if the donor, God forbid, anything happens with their kidney, they immediately go to the top of the list. Like they are given total priority because of the incredibly generous act that they did, right?
Yeah, that's accurate.
Yeah.
That's accurate. And then also, too, even if you're not a match for, let's say, a family member, there's a program where if you give one away, you get one. So one of the friends I was talking to, she was trying to donate to her, I think, her boss's wife or something. Crazy, right? And she actually wasn't a match, but she still wanted to do it. She just felt it in her heart. So she actually just had surgery like 2 weeks ago, and she gave it to someone totally anonymous. She has no idea, but then now the wife got a kidney.
Wow.
It's incredible. And it's so easy to live with one. Like, I'm so happy. There's no beef. There's salsa. Let's eat it.
No beef, there's salsa. And Ben, I don't want to make you feel bad, but there's no highly considering. You need it.
Eat it.
No beef, there's
That was like a very conspicuous
salsa.
cut.
It's
Wow.
It's incredible. And it's so easy to live with one. Like, I'm so happy. There's no beef. There's salsa. Let's eat it.
No beef, there's salsa. And Ben, I don't want to make you feel bad, but there's no highly considering. You need it, you're getting it.
You're giving it to me.
Yeah, babe.
Oh.
What about your?
Okay, fine. I'm giving it to you. I'm giving it to you. I just didn't know if you were gonna. I just didn't know if you were gonna give it to me.
Oh my God, guys, shut up. Let her talk about her fucking salsa.
As I was having a tummy tuck.
that they've never spoken before.
Right.
Yeah, thank God I knew it.
Crazy.
Did you-
So I want to talk about salsa. I can't see the salsa. So is this your salsa company?
Yeah, so thank you for asking. Do we have any chips? Yeah.
We do.
Oh, good. Trying it
This
on
is a proper TV show. I feel like we're on like a morning, like we're on live with Ben and Josh.
By the way, it's not there, but you know,
That's such a good point. I don't really see someone going this far as an actor and being so much of a pushover that you get bullied out of a kidney. I've never been made to care so much about salsa before. Literally.
would go down really well with Francia, do you drink? Or you don't? Sparkling cocktail company called Spritz Society that I think would wash down that salsa and chips.
Why don't you bring it? Give me right now.
Unbelievably. I don't know if we have any cold ones, but Marshall,
can I
we
drink it now?
Yeah, of course. This will be a little bit warm.
Okay. Okay, and then you buy my salsa, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Or I'll send you some. I'll send you
Where
some.
do you
Please,
get?
no,
where
I'm
can we
gonna
get
buy it.
this
Tell us
salsa?
exactly.
Okay, so I can't announce.
She's so cute. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna go back to regular speed since we've been waiting for this.
That just yet, just because I haven't announced it, but I can say where this is coming from and why I'm working on this
Please,
right now.
yeah.
So basically, I started making salsa when I was 18. A lot of people don't know this about me or don't realize my last name is not Raisa. It's actually my middle name. I am a Nepo baby. But I didn't, not that I didn't want to take my dad's last name, I just really wanted to do this myself. I wanted all the tears and all the struggles and all the sleeping in my cars. And if you're a Nepo baby, take advantage of it. Just work hard, okay?
Wait, are you a salsa nepo baby or a showbiz nepo baby?
Showbiz. My dad did radio growing up.
Okay, but your last name's not like
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Consuelos or something.
No,
right?
it's
Like-
Almendares.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Actually, my last name is on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Wow.
Fancy.
Yeah. So, anyways, I didn't have chores growing up. My chores were to get good grades, and karate, dance classes,
She's so cute.
ice skating classes, all the classes that you can think of, just to set me up for what I'm doing now. And so I never had to make my bed. I never had to cook. I never had to do anything. And I remember going to school. Now, I'm first generation. My mom, my dad, they did not tell me that when I went to school, there was going to be another language spoken, or that the music was different, or that food was different, and that not everyone eats beans. And I didn't know about that song, Beans, Beans That Make You Fart. I
more
found
you
out
eat.
because the more you eat, yeah, exactly. So I found out because I brought a bean burrito to school, and then I learned that song, and I was like, I don't fart. And so,
Kids were mean to you about your bean burrito?
yeah.
I wouldn't have been mean.
Wow.
I would have shared it with you. And
Kids
probably,
were mean
and
to me 'cause
probably
I brought-
farted. And probably farted.
I brought Diet Jello, but that was
This guy is like aggressively uncharming.
And when I went to school, I discovered hot lunch. And I was like, I need hot lunch. I need this thing they call pizza.
yeah.
I discovered what spaghetti was in 4th grade because a friend offered me some. So,
Wow.
like, literally did not know. It was a whole new world for me. And I even remember in school, like, I listened to Spanish music growing up, like corridos, banda, and all that stuff. And I remember everyone talking about Kiss FM. And I was like, what's Kiss FM? What's Kiss FM? Okay, so I went and I listened to Kiss FM. When I was finally in, I was like, I know all the songs. They were like, we listen to Power 106, not Kiss FM. I'm like, God, okay, fine. So I'm going home. And I remember just like really trying to like not be Mexican, but still be Mexican, but not like I was still watching novelas, but I was just like confused. So fast forward, I started making it just.
That was another cut. So they definitely have cut. And also, I think the one earlier when she was talking about that is because that's what it was at the beginning. Because he was like, there's no beef. You've made that very clear. Before she had actually said that.
For myself, I would not share it with anyone. But then some of my friends coming over would see it and they would eat it and they're like, oh, it's good, but never made a big deal about it. And then I went to Hillary Duff's house. Was this last year or the year before? Probably the year before.
Wow, Hillary's your salsa whisperer? Wow, this
Of
is
all
huge.
people,
Wow.
Lizzie McGuire.
Get ready to clip this, Marsh. Go for it.
So then she invites me to her house to go swimming. And I was late. And I showed up with salsa. And we're in the pool. We're talking.
Always got to bring a gift. Always got to bring a gift.
Always got to bring a gift. We're in the pool.
Josh, stop fucking interrupting her.
We're talking, and she takes a bite. She's like, "Oh my God, where did you buy this?" I was like, "Oh, I just made it." And she goes, "You made this?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's why I was late. I'm sorry." She goes, "You made this?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "When?" I said, like right before I came.
I'm enjoying her Hillary Duff impression. This is so charming. I love her.
How? I was like, what are you talking about? Luca is eating it. It's like
Her son?
Yeah, is like it's all over his face. And he was like, "This is the best salsa ever." And I was like, "What?"
Wow.
Banks is eating it, and she was like, "You have to jar this." And I was like, "Really?" And she would not let it go. Like, I'm not allowed at her house unless I have salsa in my hand. She'll like stand in the door and be like, "You got something for me?" Like that is my entrance in. And so on set, she kept talking about it. Every time we're on set, she's like, "Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?"
Okay, this is really exciting.
So-
Ben,
He cut again. I want to hear more about that. I find that really, really endearing. That was a really cute story. Medusani says, I want to go swimming at Hillary Duff's house. Can I surgically remove the part of these men's brains that makes them think they can banter? They're so bad at it. They're so bad at it. I could totally hear Hillary in the way she was saying that. That was so cute.
and I wish you were here.
Send
gonna
me
try this.
send me the link. I want to buy it. Is it available online? Is it available in
It
stores?
will be available online. I haven't announced it yet, but I've been working on this for about 2 years now.
Amazing.
Wait, what do we think? Come try it.
Why would
Josh,
you
is
just
it
chew
sick?
into the mic
Do you like
that?
spicy?
I think Hillary was being nice. No, I'm kidding. It is so good. It's incredible.
Come try it.
It's amazing.
Wow.
You
Wow.
can come try it too.
Enjoy.
Want me to bring you one?
Are those potato chips? Oh my god, it is. Why are you eating it on potato chips? Is that a thing? That's not a thing, right? Why would they not get tortilla chips if they knew she was coming in and bringing salsa? That literally says potato on it, does it not? I'm pretty sure that says potato chips. That is like disrespectful. That is genuinely disrespectful. They should have let her talk about her salsa the entire time, and also they should have had tortilla chips.
Wow. Here, no, bring him the. There you go. Enjoy it, please.
Wow.
We're on a show together that we've been on for 2 seasons.
That's it? That's it? Wow. Wow. God, I wanted to hear so much more about her salsa. What was the process like making that? That sucks. These guys suck at interviewing. I'm glad Francia finally spoke up about her career. Selena stans swear that Selena made her famous. Okay, that's another thing I actually wanted to talk about. So I put this one in the oh, this too, speaking of her saying she was a Nepo baby. Her dad like said something this was in 2023, I guess. Said his daughter confronted Selena Gomez because she didn't stop drinking after the Grownish alum donated a kidney to the singer. Again, we're going to get into this. This is not something she's actually said. When asked why Raisa didn't appear in Gomez's new documentary, My Mind and Me, Renan how did she say it? Almendarez? Coelho confirmed long-standing rumors that the girls got into a disagreement. Love, money, and fame changes the whole world, including Selena. And then was asked if the fallout was provoked by Gomez's drinking, and he said there's a difference when Selena is drinking. Francia told Selena that she didn't give her the kidney so she could go out and drink. And this, like, got run. He issued a warning to the Only Murders in the Building actress, be careful, be really careful. And then they fucking reached out to Selena Gomez for comment about it. But, there was... I had a clip. Which one was it? It was YouTube. Here it is. I couldn't figure out what podcast this is from, but I found this too, where she is talking about it being just rumors.
I said, listen, I don't know who started that rumor that I got mad at you for drinking and smoking on my kidney, and that's why you ended up in rehab. And she goes, that's a rumor? I said, oh, girl, let me tell you about the last 6 years of my life.
Yeah.
And I just like, because honestly, I don't know what she knows. I know she's been very open about not being on social media and not reading the tabloids and stuff. She does really avoid the internet. So I told her everything, and unfortunately, my dad also confirmed that story recently. And that, I'm gonna have to say, like, I told Angelica Vale when I did her show, but my dad and I haven't spoken about that surgery since 2017. So I was a little frustrated that he had said that. I think he was just trying to, I don't know, protect me in some way. I don't know, but it's not true.
Yeah.
And I started telling her everything, and I said, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, so was it like a thing when I posted you on your birthday?" I was like, "Oh yeah." She goes, "I'm so sorry." I was like, I would have done that, for my sisters, but obviously with her, like, we just had such a
That's another clip. Like, I wanna see her in full. I'm frustrated how many of these are so clipped. I wonder what else she said.
special bond, even though we trauma bonded. Like, we really are like family. Like, I took her in like a little sis, and I know that's how she sees me as well. And so again, ups and downs. So it was just not a question. It was as if like Irlanda or Italia would have asked me, who are actually my biological sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it's literally, it's all bullshit. Everything people are saying is bullshit. But one thing that I did want to say is this here, because the Selena fans are clearly like taking this to a level that is like, I think it seems like it would be so fucking horrible for everybody involved, but like, especially for Francia. So she says this, so last week she didn't acknowledge the former friends had issues. That's the one we just read about how she was dodging the paparazzo. Speaking with the same TMZ rep on PAP on Saturday, Raisa claimed she was being bullied on social media. I think the comment that probably hurt the most was, "I hope someone goes up your P word and rips out your other kidney, you fucking whore." P word was a Ben Shapiro reference. I'm sorry for doing it. She told the PAP before saying she wasn't interested in speaking with him again. So, however, she did make a note to tell him, in no way, shape, or form does anyone condone bullying, especially Selena. So that's the thing that I wanted to talk about, is like, I say an hour and a half into the stream, but like, it's, you have fans who are coming after her and who are saying like, oh, she's riding not Sabrina, oh my god, she's riding Selena's coattails. They're saying she wants attention for this, and then you also have people who are like just getting in this because they dislike Selena Gomez, and they like this narrative of Selena like drinking or smoking on the donated kidney, which, like, it's her kidney once it's donated. And I feel like that's not really being called into consideration when we're saying that they have this like permanent ownership over the person they donated a kidney to. Raisa, 34, further called out the irony of fans bullying her on her behalf, noting that Gomez has a non-profit Rare Impact Fund. Per the Rare Impact Fund website, they work to reduce the stigma associated with mental health and provide young people with access to the resources they need. So the fact that I'm now being bullied as I am is messing with me mentally, Raisa said. It's just, to me, it's not what anyone wants for someone, and Selena Gomez is literally out there saying, please stop, so I don't understand why this is happening. However, the grownish actress said that she is doing what she can to not listen and to breathe. I'm very happy. I'm living my life. I'm sending love to everyone. I've been a hardcore fan of people growing up myself. I totally get it. But, you know, it's not nice, so I would say, not just with me, but for anyone, please stop. Like, that's so fucking sad. And the more that people blow this up, and the more that they bring it up, and the more that they ask her about it, like, it just, it makes it worse for her. It makes it so much worse for her. It's just like, I just feel really bad for her. Rumors get spread so fast and people will believe it, especially when it comes to women, but let a woman come forward about a horrible experience with a man and now everyone cares about proof. Exactly. So, like, it's so frustrating to imagine going through that, and it I hate that she had to go through that. And I think, again, that also might be part of why there's a level of like wanting to defend her. I'm going to take the headphones off again for a second. Sorry. I think that might be like why there's a level of people wanting to defend her. But again, they're going in and they're like projecting all of these hurt feelings and like honestly this sense of entitlement onto her that does not feel fair and does not feel backed up in anything that she's saying. And I hate that this is a situation where she's being bullied by fans of Selena. I hate that it's a situation where their interpersonal relationship is being like blown up. So this is, I think, the most recent thing that I had. Let me close some of these tabs because we looked at this one. This one too. Okay, yeah. So this has translated subtitles, but I had my friend Sad Fox tell me that it's like actually correct because I wanted to make sure that I didn't figure it was probably wrong, but I'm gonna make it big so that you can see the thumbnail and the captions, and it's gonna cut some of it off. There we go. I didn't figure it was gonna be super wrong, but I just wanted to make sure that she wasn't being taken super out of context. So this is going to be in Spanish, but I've been told that the captions on the bottom are accurate. Oh, that's not playing audio at all. Okay. So she says, sorry, pull my hair forward. I'm very happy for her. I'm grateful that I could do... Oh, wait, sorry. I'm reading from the wrong place. I know she's getting married, and I'm very happy for her. And look, she has a life and she's already a billionaire, and I'm grateful that I could do that for her.
Se motiven, a qué mensaje les mandarías a las personas que quisieran en algún momento ser donantes de algo tan importante como lo que hiciste para esas personas que pasamos? Yo estoy en diálisis. ¿Qué les dirías?
Mira, desde el principio los doctores me dijeron.
So I love this part. This is why I realized that like everything was being really blown up, was when I saw that she said this. She says, after he asks for like more, she says, look, from the beginning the doctors told me it's a donation. If you're going to donate $1 to St. Jude or somewhere else, you're not going to call to say, hey, what are you doing with my $1? It's a donation, and it's something nice that I was able to do. I am grateful that I am alive, and I can say that I have saved a life. I think that for women it's a little more difficult, and for men, I can tell them to face to donate. Because for women, I think from my experience, it is a little more difficult. And then the interviewer says, or like, sounds like another person, and at a certain moment you were a little not angry but disgusted because you had, I think it says, made a sacrifice to her, made this sacrifice to her, and she was not taking things the way they had to be. She says, well, right now what you are asking me is nonsense that may have been in the media, and there are too many rumors. I've never said anything. When that rumor came out that I had gotten angry or something like that because... Sorry, the thing is in the way. What does it say? Because she was smoking. I wasn't aware of those rumors. TMZ called me and I was working. So what you're asking me are rumors. No one knows what's going on, and neither she nor I are talking about it. And one day maybe we will address it.
ella y yo estamos hablando de eso y algún día a lo mejor sí.
Okay, so yeah,
Preguntando son rumores, o sea, nadie sabe de lo que está pasando.
no one knows what's going on, and neither she nor I are talking about it, and one day maybe we will address it. Like, it does not... I had to pop it out so that I could read the captioning, and then I realized I just left you with a blank screen. So again, this is not something that she wants to talk about, clearly. In my humble onion, if anything, she looks fed up that she's being asked about it again, not about Selena. I agree. To have all your career and work and life continuously get pulled back to one thing you did in the past for a friend. Right. It's so frustrating to me for her. I think that she's so gorgeous. I think that she's talented. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, she was always my favorite part of Secret Life of the American Teenager when I was watching that. Like, I think it really sucks that she's being pulled back into this, especially because, again, that motivates Selena Gomez's fans who are being, like, wild, and Selena has asked them not to do that, but, like, it's just the way that these things work when there is a woman versus woman setup and people are able to pick sides and pick teams, and I don't like it. Can confirm she isn't taken out of context. Thank you. Yeah, she is. She's, like, that's very classy. I can understand why she shouldn't have to keep explaining herself over and over again. Right. I can't imagine being asked to consistently rehash that kind of thing over and over again. And again, if anything did happen between them, like if they have had rough times, I think this is where she was saying that. We got off track, but we're pulling it back. I love her. I think she's great. I'm sad that I missed out on her salsa because I would have tried that. Yeah, I think she said that she was tested to see if she could donate on, like, her 29th birthday or something like that, didn't she? In the thing we watched earlier. I think they met when they were in their teens. There are friends where the friendship is, like, forever, even during periods where you don't even talk. Right, like, again, it does not seem like they are enemies, which is, I feel like, a lot of the way that I'm seeing this spun by people who don't know very much about it. And again, it feels so unfair to Francia because it's clearly not what she wants. Like, you heard her literally say she doesn't want any clickbait. It didn't have anything to do with the kidney. And, like, even if it did, this is not the kind of thing everybody in the world needs to weigh in on, even if it did have to do with the kidney. Like, it would make it so much harder to figure out what your opinion is, to know that whatever you say is going to be taken so critically by your ex-friend's fan base.
Francia Raisa is spilling new details on the alleged feud between her and longtime friend Selena Gomez. In a new interview with USA Today, the How I Met Your Father actress shares that there was never really a big feud between her and Selena. Rather, just a little tiff, explaining, "We've never really had beef."
She's so fucking pretty. I feel like I've said that so many times. It's real lesbian hours here. She's gorgeous.
Beef with each other. Nothing happened. And if you ask either of us, we don't know what happened, but we needed that time apart. Then when you come back together, you're better people. There was just a tiff. The two girls met when they were teens while both starring in hit shows.
Okay, so this isn't even actually her. This is just them talking about it.
Said, let's talk.
Okay, yeah, we're not gonna do that. But, like, we have this here. Reveals how Selena Gomez tricked her into donating her kidney. Let's see this, because I think that this is going to get copyrighted.
Did Selena Gomez really manipulate her friend?
One day, I got a phone call from Selena.
It's the same source we had. It's the same source we had, and that's how they spun it. God. I feel like people who are mad have never had to put together a wedding invite list before. If you invite every distant friend, you will invite 10,000 people. I should add her to my wall. Who said, I saw this? Yes, Fake Lou. Selena's fan seems obsessed with giving her imaginary beefs with women she's actually kind of chill about. Right. This is not a real person, right? That's talking. This is an AI voice.
Did Selena Gomez really manipulate her friend?
One day.
Yeah, that is. So this is AI misogyny slop. This is AI misogyny slop. Oh my goodness.
I got a phone call from Selena, a FaceTime, and she's like, "For a match!"
Francia into giving her a kidney? After several years of throwing
Francia into giving her a kidney?
shade at each other on social media, Francia is not revealing just how Selena tricked her into donating a kidney, and y'all are not gonna believe how sneaky this whole story was. But was Francia really manipulated? And does this manipulation have anything to do with her feud with Selena? So it looks like things have not improved between Selena Gomez and her former friend, Francia Raisa, who
This has 65,000 views, by the way. This has more views than almost anything on my channel. 65,000 views. People watch this. People watch this and people are actually engaging with it. If I were Selena, even if she were the one to find out first, she should have told the doc to call Francia first. If Francia decides not to go with it, Selena just has to respect it and keep it to herself. I can understand Francia, a big sacrifice to see someone not caring about the new kidney. I can't believe people just engage with this and don't say, robot voice, don't speak to me. Tricked her acting like she's fucking stupid and didn't know what was happening. Right. Way to not give her any credit for making her own decisions. Exactly. Does tricked now mean asked? It's not playing.
donated a kidney to Selena a couple of years ago. Francia is still salty because she feels like she was tricked into giving up her kidney, and she sort of has some regrets about it. For those who haven't been following the story, Francia and Selena first met back in 2007 when they were visiting a children's
But she hasn't said that. Like, the thing is I feel so sure we would be able to find her saying that if she said that, but people are just extrapolating so much.
hospital, and they immediately kicked off a friendship because they got together well. They were so close that they even sometimes referred to each other as sisters. They were living together when Selena started to experience some complications from her lupus, and Francia got concerned and eventually agreed to get tested to see if she could donate a kidney to Selena.
And one day she came home and she was emotional. I hadn't asked anything. I knew that she hadn't been feeling well, but I know her, and I know that, you know, we both, when we get a certain way, just let us be. And she couldn't open a water bottle one day. She chucked it and just started crying. And I said, "What's wrong?" And that's when she told me. And she goes, "I don't know what to do. The list is 7 to 10 years long." And it just vomited out of me. I was like, of course I'll get tested.
Some people in Selena's family and close family had gotten tested, but none of them was a match. Luckily for her, Francia was a match, and the doctors called to inform Selena about this. Now, this was the wrong and unprofessional way for the doctors to go through this, because usually, the donor should be the one getting the phone call, and then it's their choice whether to tell the person that they were a match or not. The reason they do this is that it's easy for the donor to feel like they are
Medusine, I'm gonna need you to prove how perfect and virtuous you are before you judge Selena for being kind of hasty and calling her friend when she just found out her life was essentially being saved. Right. When she had already Like, she offered. She offered and said, of course I'll do it. And, like, yeah, she probably should have gotten the phone call first. But, like, in terms of the information that Selena had to go off of, the information Selena had to go off of was that she was being offered this huge gift without strings attached to it. And now everybody else is saying she tricked her into it and also all these strings were attached to it. When, like, that is not what these women are telling us.
Are being guilted into doing something that they're not sure they want to be doing. But in this case, Francia was not the one that got the call. Instead, Selena did, and she was the one who called Francia to inform her. At the time, Francia didn't admit to having doubts about donating her kidney, but in this interview, she admitted to feeling scared and angry that Selena had been the one to get the call from the doctors and not her.
Ironically, there were times that I did panic when I found out I was a match. It wasn't the way I expected. One day, I got a phone call from Selena, a FaceTime, and she's like, "We're a match!" And I'm like, yay! What? How do you know this? I had a way that I wanted to tell her.
So even though Francia agreed to get tested, she had not made up her mind about whether or not she wanted to go ahead with the surgery. Again, her feelings were valid because donating a kidney is a really big deal and the recovery can be very difficult, especially for the donor. But then, she couldn't exactly refuse because Selena already knew and it would be awkward, so she called her caseworker.
So I hang up and I call my...
This is wild to me. That this is like a content model of just watching that thing that we watched earlier and then cutting it in with an AI voice and then people watch it and they engage with it. Like, that's wild.
Social worker, and I'm angry, and she told me it's gonna be hard.
Well, the recovery was hard, but Selena and Francia both pulled through, and Selena was super grateful. She wrote her a thank you note on Instagram, saying, "There aren't words to describe how I can possibly thank my beautiful friend Francia Raisa. She gave me the ultimate gift and sacrifice by donating her kidney to me. I am incredibly blessed. I love you so much, sis." Selena also dedicated her Billboard Woman of the Year award to Francia.
Right, she said there was a way I wanted to tell her, not I had changed my mind. Exactly.
In 2018.
To be honest, I think Francia should be getting this award. Because she saved my life.
But then things changed between them in 2019 when Selena went to a Hollywood party and was drinking alcohol. Francia disapproved of this, and they had a huge fight over it. According to an insider, Selena did the exact opposite of what she said she was going to do when she got well again. She said she was not going to drink anymore, but she did. An upset Raisa, 31, who has said she went through hell in the transplant recovery process, called Selena out on her behavior. She cares about her and she loves her. She told her that she was just really making some unhealthy choices, and that she was concerned for her. This caused a huge fight between them and they fell out and stopped being friends until Selena checked into a wellness facility. While things got better between them at first, it soon got worse again after Selena Gomez did an interview with Rolling Stone where she claimed that
like, literally, we just heard her say that her dad platformed that and that she didn't know where it came from because they hadn't talked about it. Like, I find it difficult to believe that I could... I mean, I guess maybe I should double check the timeline before I say that too sincerely, but, like, we were able to find out that came from her dad and not from her, but not if you want to make misogyny slop about it. Who said Coco Melon for misogynist? Coco Melon for misogynist is incredible. Holy shit. I don't know if this is me reaching, but I feel icky about framing a woman donating her organ as a transactional in a time where we're losing bodily autonomy. It almost commodifies it, no longer an act of love. I completely agree. There are so many levels on which this feels so weird and icky to me. Coco Melon for misogynist is incredible. I love that. Valley Rose, you're so good.
was her only friend. In the industry, this didn't sit well with Francia, who shaded Selena, saying, "Interesting. People called Selena out for not being appreciative of Francia's sacrifice and being a bad friend," and Selena replied, "Sorry, I didn't mention every person I know." While the drama seemed to die down after a while, it has kind of sprung up again after Francia was accused of shading Selena a few days ago. She was spotted by a paparazzo who asked her about her relationship with Selena, but she refused to answer.
How's everything going with you and Selena? I know you unfollowed her. You still don't follow her.
Oh, this is another thing that we already found tonight, but this is the video, so they did do a little bit better than me on that one. They're also flaming Selena needing the kidney as somehow her fault due to her Hollywood lifestyle and not an autoimmune disease, ableist vibes. I completely agree. I completely agree. I think that this is it's misogyny slop, and it's like racism slop, and it's ableism slop as well. Like it's so nasty. Yes, I just gave Medusini and Schmouter wrenches so that I can keep track of them in chat. Because I'm so often saying their comments out loud. Not talking about someone in shade now. Right. I'll be honest, before learning additional information, I was a little iffy about Francia because it was being framed that she was shit-talking Selena for her life choices, but it seems to all be bullshit. It seriously does seem to be bullshit. Like, that's not... There's no basis to this, and so many people are speaking about it so confidently. Like, I even would probably have a little bit of nuance for her if she was messier than she was, but, like, she's not being messy. She's being very, very mature and classy.
Are things good with you guys?
She was determined to evade the questions.
Do you guys still talk?
They just cut it off.
I know, isn't it?
But she eventually answered.
Would you do it again now with all the circumstances going on?
I would definitely speak to someone again about organ donation
Yeah.
and the process
Okay.
and stuff, because I've done it a few times. It's not something I promote, obviously, but
Yeah.
And this is what she had to say. Even though she didn't come all out and admit that she regrets donating her kidney, she made it more than clear, and she has been getting a lot of hate and backlash over it, because some people are accusing her of hiring a fake paparazzo just so that she can shade Selena. One comment said, "I'm so glad people are finally seeing Francia Raisa for what she really is. Francia is extremely toxic, petty, self-absorbed, self-obsessed, jealous, and fame-hungry, and Selena Gomez was never the problem." And another person said,
Like, why is that part of participating in discourse around women? I mean, I know why. It's because of misogyny, but, like, fucking hell. Francia's own words is what people should actually be listening to and believing, not these stupid tabloids. Exactly. I can't stop thinking about her saying, like, I don't want any clickbait. It wasn't because of the kidney. Like, she doesn't want this. But people are trying to defend Selena by saying she wants this. Like, also, yeah, just, like, one random post. I wonder how many notes that post even had. It's, like, cut out so you can't even see.
jealous, and fame-hungry, and Selena Gomez was never the problem. And another person said, the fact that Selena gave Francia a whole house, a house more expensive than her own, and that woman still decided to come for Selena because of an interview that she wasn't mentioned. And also all the stigma about transplants she's now perpetuating? She's disgusting. This other user tried to defend Francia and tweeted, Selena Gomez has one of the best and most powerful PR teams.
This is wild. This is, like, so wild. I knew that this wasn't going to be a good video, but I am once again, just like I was with that Degeneracy of Modern Writing one, I'm blown away by how bad this is. All of these, like, just like, here's something someone random said online. Like, God.
In Hollywood, they managed to spin her kidney transplant into a sisterhood story. Reality, Francia's organ donor rights were violated by the doctor and Selena. Francia was not given proper agency to make that decision, but I want to hear your thoughts on this drama. Do you think Francia was wrong in this situation, or do you feel like everybody in this story sucks? Let me know in the comments, and then
Nobody in this story sucks for that reason. Like, maybe there are other reasons that Selena Gomez, like, I know Selena Gomez has things that she's done that she can be criticized about, but, like, I don't think everybody involved in this specific situation sucks. Using random tweets as sources is amazing. I'm going to source a drill tweet in a paper and no one can stop me. People do. People do just lie. Also, hi, Cheyenne. I didn't know you were here. I'm going to also make you a mod. I'm giving everyone power tonight. But, like, this is it is source. Trust me, bro. It really is. It really, truly is. Horrid. She was totally guilted into giving up her kidney. She's an adult, not a little girl, lol. They aren't even angry at each other. My sister showed me an interview she did in Spanish and said the media created most of the controversy and that Selena wasn't even aware of what was going on because she doesn't follow social media drama at all. They are besties. Even if they're not besties, like, it just doesn't seem like they're fighting. So sad. That girl lost her kidney and now people are blaming her. She didn't lose it. She knows where it went. She knows where it went. Do you hear the AI voice? It's definitely true. And I wanna, let's look at what else comes up when we search this, because I know multiple people have made videos about this. That was 2 years ago, but, like, what is this?
One of her statements has revealed a secret hidden for 8 years. When Selena... No wonder Francia Raisa, the...
Francia? This is more AI misogyny slop.
friend who donated a kidney to Selena Gomez, never appears in public. One of her statements has revealed a secret hidden for 8 years. When Selena needed a kidney due to lupus, her friend Francia Raisa rushed to the hospital without hesitation and donated one of her kidneys to Selena. With only one kidney left, Francia can't consume foods high in salt and protein for the rest of her life. Moreover, if her filtration system deteriorates, her lifespan may be shortened. After receiving the kidney transplant, Selena expressed her gratitude to Francia on social media. However, their relationship later became rather delicate. In 2019, in her personal
they were saying that about like her diet after they said no wonder she can't go in public anymore. When has she ever said she can't go in public anymore?
documentary My Mind and Me, Selena claimed that Taylor Swift was her only friend in the industry, without mentioning Francia, her savior. In an interview, Francia revealed that she and Selena hadn't been in touch for 8 years. This has put her in the spotlight of betrayal accusations.
This music is so intense.
More than once. Now, Selena has received a Golden Globe nomination for Only Murders in the Building. No wonder Francia Raisa.
Why did it end like that? Also, she's received a Golden Globe nomination for Only Murders in the Building. So, this video, 62 views in 7 days. 87,000 views 2 years ago for another one. Their fallout explained why they stopped being friends. I feel like the search has been really shitty lately because I've definitely seen more videos about this, but like people are doing so much speculation about this. Here's one. She recently reaffirmed. Good. Some views on this. I don't understand the little dog in the background, but that's okay. Sure, go for it. Yeah, so I don't know. This is just it's a situation that I kind of understand why people find it so interesting, but I just wish that they would find it interesting enough to actually take her seriously and take her at her word for the things that she's saying and the way that she seems to feel about it, rather than just making something up because it's a good narrative and because it's fun to imagine women hating each other. How dare she be nominated after receiving a kidney donation? She may have lived because of her donation, but she didn't earn the award nomination because of the kidney alone. The kidney was my favorite part of Only Murders in the Building. I loved its monologue. Yeah, so I do think that this is a good opportunity for some critical thinking skills. And this was a fun thing to do research about together, cuz yeah, I kept wanting to look further into it, and I do also have some more research that I want to do so that I don't say something dumb in my video. But I do feel like this is misogyny slop, this is ableism slop, and I hate it. Took us like 15 minutes to go, okay, this is all made up. Right, that's the other thing, is like it's not that hard to just like think about something a little bit more deeply before you start running with a like, these women are enemies and they hate each other kind of situation. Like, god. So if anybody is watching on the replay and you have any information for me about like people being treated strangely after being the recipient of a donated organ, I would love to talk about that, because I do feel like that's a thing. I feel like there's weirdness happening both on the part of Selena and on the part of Francia, and I feel bad for both of them, but I do really feel bad for Francia, because it seems like this is not something she wants to constantly have to rehash. I think they use the narrative of women hating each other to further justify their hatred for a woman they actively hate. I agree. Can we blame the kidney for Amelia Perez? Also, even if they were enemies, it's literally none of our business. Like, if Francia is saying they're cool, then we have to take her word for it. I completely agree. I need to just make videos if people are going to throw up AI scripts with no sourcing. Right, that's the other thing. It's like it does help a bit with some imposter syndrome to realize that kind of shit actually exists, because I tend to avoid it, but then when I watch it, I'm like, y'all are really putting in that little effort? That's crazy. There are a lot of Reddit stories about evil people wanting to force others into organ donations, now that I think about it. That would also be interesting to look into, actually. If we're being honest, she was a better actress before the donation, so I don't think the kidney is responsible. Oh no. I think we need to let the kidney speak for itself. Let's wait for the autobiography. God. Okay. Well, this was very fun. Thank you for being kind to me. Like I said, I was weirdly nervous at the beginning of the stream, but this was good. This was nice. I would really like to try to stream once a week. And I meant to stream earlier in this week and I didn't end up doing that. But I love doing research streams. I love getting multiple perspective on things. This was a fun evening, and I appreciate you hanging out. I am gonna take off. Let's see if we can get JoJo over here to say goodnight. Hey JoJo, you wanna come say goodnight? Where is she? I think she's very asleep. I think she's in the closet. All right. Well, thank you for hanging out. Grills, I hope you have a good time with the rest of your papers to grade. I'm very glad you were here to hang out. It was so nice to see everyone. Let me see if I can get JoJo over here. I feel like you were here for so long. Hi! You heard me talking to you. Hi, baby cat. Come here. Everybody wants to see you. Everybody loves you and wants to see you. Look at that baby. Yeah, she's very nice. She came over here right for the end. Come back. Where are you going? Everyone wants to see you. Hi, baby. Wow. Wow. She's purring. She unplugged the microphone, but she's purring. Hi, baby. Everybody loves you. Everybody loves you. I love that she has a little brown spot on this side and a little orange spot on this side under her chin. I think she's so cute. That's my baby. That's my little purr girl. Hi. Hi, baby. She's enjoying this. I feel like she can tell she's being admired. Can you tell? Can you tell everybody loves you? Do you know that? You're giving me eyes. Hi. She's squinting her eyes at me. Hi, baby. She is such a celebrity. Hi, kitty cat. Hi. I love you. Okay, you can leave if you want. You can leave if you want. Just don't show hole. Yeah, that's okay. Go ahead if you want to. Whoa, what a big jump. Good job, Jojo. Okay. All right. That was very fun. That was very fun. I'm glad she did her big jump. Do I want to address the feud rumors? The feud rumors with JoJo. She's mad because I slept for 11 hours last night. All right. Awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out. I love you all. I will see you soon.